Welcome to the Phoenix Within. I'm your host, Nicholas Thomas. I'm an educator, a leader, and someone who believes that some of life's greatest lessons are not found in titles, positions, or accomplishments, but in the people who shape us, guide us, and teach us how to rise. The Phoenix Within was born with one simple truth: the fire wasn't meant to destroy us, it was meant to reveal who we truly are. No matter what we face, no matter how many times life knocks us down, there's something inside of each of us that refuses to stay in the ashes. And today, we gather to honor a special group of men, men whose names may never appear in a history book, men who may never receive standing ovations, men who quietly carry the weight of responsibility on their shoulders and somehow find the strength to keep going. Because some of the greatest heroes you'll ever meet don't wear capes. They wear work boots. They wear business suits. They wear coaching whistles. They wear teaching badges. And sometimes they simply wear the title that means more than any title this world can offer: Dad. Today we celebrate fathers, but we also celebrate grandfathers, stepfathers, uncles, mentors, coaches, teachers, and every man who stepped into someone's life and decided, I will protect you, I will provide, I will guide, I will love. Because fatherhood has never been about perfection. It has always been about presence, showing up again and again and again. Even when you're tired, even when you're afraid, even when you don't know what tomorrow holds, because that's what fathers do. They rise. In a world where leaving has become easy, there are still many men who stay. Men who stay when marriage gets hard. Men who stay when money gets tight. Men who stay when life doesn't go according to plan. Men who choose to stay when they're exhausted. Men who stay when nobody notices because they understand something powerful. Love isn't proven by words. Love is proven by presence. And while the world celebrates celebrities and champions, he quietly becomes one, not in stadiums, not on television, but around dinner tables, at football games, dance recitals, during late night talks, and in the moments no one else sees. Because greatness isn't loud. Sometimes greatness sounds like, I've got you. Don't worry. Everything's going to be okay. Some fathers are carrying burdens they never speak about: anxiety, fear, failure, disappointment, broken dreams, the pressure to provide, the fear of not being enough. And still, they show up. Still, they go to work. Still, they smile. Still, they keep fighting. Because fathers have always been warriors, not because they don't feel pain, but because they love something greater than themselves. And maybe that's what strength really is: not pretending you are hurting, but continuing to love while you are. Some fathers had examples, others had wounds. Some men grew up hearing, I'm proud of you. Others grew up hearing nothing at all. Some grew up without fathers. Some grew up with pain. Some grew up with abandonment. But instead of passing this pain down, they decided the pain would stop with them. They chose healing. They chose forgiveness. They chose love. They chose to become the man they desperately needed when they were children. And perhaps that is one of the greatest acts of courage a man can perform. Because breaking generational cycles isn't easy. It's holy work, it's legacy work. And when the world changes because one man decided what happened to me will not happen to my children. As I prepared for this episode, I was reminded of a woman whose words have touched families for generations. Her name is Ruth Bell Graham. Many knew her as the wife of Billy Graham, but she was a gifted author and poet in her own right. One of her most beloved poems entitled Walk a Little Slower, Daddy. It begins with these beautiful words. Walk a little slower, Daddy, said a little child so small. And perhaps no words better capture the heart of fatherhood, because while fathers are busy making a living, children are busy making memories. Little eyes are watching, little feet are following, little hearts are learning. They're learning how to love, how to forgive, how to persevere, how to rise. Because children may forget the toys, they may forget the gifts, but they will never forget your presence. They will remember the stories, the laughter, the prayers, the conversations, the moments when life stood still, long enough for them to know Dad was here. You see, children don't need superheroes, they need examples. They don't need perfection, they need presence. So maybe Father's Day is a reminder to slow down, to take the picture, stay a little longer, to laugh a little harder, to hug a little tighter. Because one day without warning, those little hands that reach for yours will have grown. And you'll discover the moments that you thought were ordinary were actually the moments that mattered most. To every father, to every grandfather, to every stepfather, to every mentor, to every coach, to every teacher, to every man who stood in the gap when someone else walked away, thank you. Thank you for the sacrifices nobody applauded. Thank you for the tears nobody saw. Thank you for the prayers whispered in the dark. Thank you for carrying others when they were too tired to carry themselves. Because history will remember kings, but generations remember fathers. And while the world may never fully understand the weight you carry, your love leaves a legacy. And because you chose to rise, others will rise too. So today, from the Phoenix Within, we honor the men who rose, not because life was easy, not because they had all the answers, not because they never failed, but because they never stopped loving. Because when fathers rise, families rise, communities rise, and generations rise. And like the phoenix, they are forged by the fire, not consumed by it. Happy Father's Day. And remember, the measure of a man is not found in the wealth he leaves behind, but in the lives he touches and in the generations that rise because he chose to stay. Until next time, I'm Nicholas Thomas, and this is the Phoenix Within. Please remember to rise, to lead, and to love. And to remember, the fire wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to reveal who you truly are. Until next time.